on issues of ESCOM? Where are the problems?
The issue of ESCOM must be resolved with immediate effect.
No, but where are the problems?
The problems, people who are incompetent. We must agree that there are people who are incompetent in ESCOM. In the board, people who are working for ESCOM, even people who have been deployed to ESCOM. If ever they take the people of South Africa serious, particularly young people, black young people who have spaza shops, SMMEs, and other businesses, those businesses runs by electricity. They depend on ESCOM. They must take those people serious.
But it's been a problem here the last 15 years.
It has been a problem of the last 15 years. Who has been benefiting at ESCOM? Same people in the DA.
Okay, but who deploys people in government?
The person who deploys people in government is the person who trusts the people of South Africa. The ANC doesn't choose. It deploys.
Is it not the Agona Deployment Committee?
The deployment committee, yes, it is.
So in future, it must be also respected. Not in our generation that it must be attacked and everything. You understand? We're also teaching the young ones who are still growing up that this is a revolutionary house.
Yeah.
More special to the party that liberated this country. Yeah.
So other issues can be taken like government if you have issues later on. So this is the message from yourselves to the DA. If you have issues, go to ESCO, go to NESA.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In fact, as
of those executives that are inside the offices of ESCOM, especially in distribution of power into the same maintenance, are the same who are affiliating in the same Democratic Alliance. Now it becomes a problem. Why are they doing it vice versa?
Yeah.
Because they are the ones that were supposed to sit down and say, hey, who are the ones that have brought blunders inside ESCOM?
Yeah.
Because the mistake is within themselves, not the ANC. Because the ANC, it's a black movement. It's a movement whereby the majority of black people liberated the struggle.
Yeah.
Now,
Man, welcome to it. This is the Free Ride Podcast, a special broadcast, obviously looking at the DA March as I'd announced it at our last episode of the Free Ride Podcast. So what I'm checking out right now, it's basically the DA's social media platforms, their social media, YouTube. They have a studio set up. They've got DA members, 4 ladies who are presenting and talking about the march. And of course, these are, I know Nazli is a member of parliament. The other 3 ladies, I'm not really sure. But having been following the DA, I've seen there's a blonde lady on the far right who I've seen her on TikTok quite a lot. So what I've seen here with the DA is that they've really beefed up their social media and they've gathered all these younger looking, different race, young people to come and basically host the DA's live broadcasts. And they have a studio set up and a studio discussion. But here's what's interesting, okay? This is what's happening in the ground. If you look very closely, one of the things I've just posted a few minutes ago was to say, actually, where is Mpho here? Where is the mayor of Johannesburg? One would have thought that she could have been right here, maybe next to John. And then here's the provincial leader, Soli Msimang. So one would have expected that Mpho would have been somewhere here in the front. And one of the things that I think might be happening at the moment is that this is not a march for the DA to really show sympathy to South Africans about electricity or energy issues. It's literally a John Steenhuisen march. Of course, the DA is going into its own national conference quite soon. And one of the people touted to challenge John Steenhuisen is actually the mayor of Johannesburg, Mpho Phalatse. And what I've heard around the corners is that Dr. Mpho Phalatse has an interest, has been called upon to challenge John Steenhuisen, simply because obviously the DA has reached the ceiling in terms of its new followers, new members. And therefore, Mpho, if you look at the last couple of months, her profile has just grown substantially. She's had quite a lot of media attention. Her profile has grown. She's taken on the ANC, challenged the ANC. And if you look at what's happening tomorrow, which is on Thursday, the DA mayor is going to face a possible vote of no confidence by the AIC, Al Jamaa, as well as the ANC, backing these two parties up. And of course, the motion of no confidence, if you listen and watch what the Patriotic Alliance said yesterday, they had an interview on one of the channels saying that they have been bullied by the DA, and therefore they do not agree with the DA's approach on how it handles the matter of coalition and how they wanted to occupy all these roles of leadership and take all the senior positions such as the mayor, and they wanted the speaker's position as well as the chief whip of council. So the PA and IFP were against the DA taking everything. And of course, up until last night, the PA said they were not really happy with the negotiations because the FedEx, which is the highest decision-making body of the DA, had decided not to grant the PA what they were requesting. And of course, they shut down the IFP suggestion. So a lot is going to come out of this particular coming couple of weeks. And of course, don't be surprised by what's happening here. But let's take a look at what's happening. This is just purely the DA's website. Like I said, their YouTube. So it's purely focused on the DA and what they're doing. So I will cross over to other channels so that you can have a look and see what they are saying. So let's listen to what these ladies have to say, and then I'll come back with my commentary in the background.
Deliver, and we're not just giving you a lekgotla, a summit, and a promise, a 10-point.
All right, so let's take a look. Rob Hertzhoff has just hit the stage. He's about to speak. Let's take a listen to what he's about to say. The man behind Futek ANC is here as well.
Yes, we have stolen your future, but I'm not going to steal our children's future, because we are here together. And this is the beginning. Democrats, the Democratic Alliance, and then all South Africans to stand together and rid this country of the biggest disgrace on the African continent. ANC Luthuli House, and I'm saying to you, Cyril Ramaphosa, you are a disgrace to your family, to your friends, to your party, to your country, to the continent, to the world. You should resign. So should your cabinet. It sounds incompetent and criminals. Get out of here. We've had enough. Go away. And I want to say to all the people in South Africa, all of them, including those who voted for ANC in the past, you need to vote for change. This is the last chance, 2024. And in the by-elections leading up to it, we have one last chance to rid this country, this continent, of the cancer of the Luthuli House, the mafia, the criminals. Join the revolution. Join the countdown to change. Join the movement to return good people, competent people, like the DA, to governance, to bring governance to our people, services to our people, education to our children, and electricity to everyone. And I've got one more thing to say. Corporate South Africa, grow some spine. Where are you? Stand up. Speak against the ANC. Enough is enough. Give money to the DA. Give money to the opposition. And protect ANC. Protect ANC. Protect ANC.
Rob heads off, and of course, you may have heard his strong views against the ANC in the past. And of course, the man behind the hashtag Futsek ANC saying it live right here. Let's take a listen more. The DA hype man has taken over to the stage. Let's see what's going down at the moment. At this moment, let's take a listen to the DA attempting to sing an ANC struggle song in the DA way. Anyway, let's take a listen to John Steenhuisen as he's about to address the members of the Democratic Alliance about the purpose of their march today. Can see it is blazing hot out there, man.
Viva DA, viva! Viva! Viva Democrats, viva! Viva! Pansy with 18.65%, Pansy! Forward to energy security, forward! Forward! Democrats, South Africans, you look beautiful today. Let's give you all a round of applause. Thank you. And today I'm very proud to tell you I'm not at Luthuli Gate today. I'm here to Vala the gate there and Luthuli Igasi. Our country's going through an incredibly tough time. But wow, it is just so amazing to see the spirit, the peaceful spirit of the people that participated in this march today. So whether you're from the DA, whether you're one of our civil society partners, or whether you're just a citizen who's had enough of this government and had enough of the load shedding and enough of the corruption, I want to say thank you. Ngiyabonga kakhulu namhlanje. And Democrats, if we can keep this spirit alive, if we can keep this spirit alive that we saw today, we can overcome any problem in South Africa. We can beat crime, we can beat unemployment, and we can beat poor service delivery. But today, we're here about a very important matter. And that matter is energy. It's a crisis that is putting our entire economy at risk. It is a crisis that's pushing our people into poverty. It is a crisis that is stealing our businesses. It is a crisis that's reaching into every single home across South Africa and robbing us of the future generations' ability to be able to grow. It's stealing our economic growth, and it's stealing every single day from all of us. And that's what today's march is all about. Today's march is about starting to take power back and giving it back to the people of South Africa where it belongs. Power not to the government, power to the people. Power not to the government, power to the people. Power not to the government, power to the people. Because that's where it belongs. In a democracy, in the hands of you, the people. And that's why we're here today in these library gardens at Luthuli House. Now let me tell you, we've had to deal the last 2 weeks since we announced the march with the pearl clutchers and those in the media who are squeamish when the DA stands up and takes a stand on behalf of South Africans. And the airwaves have been full of it. Why are you going to Luthuli House? Why don't you march to Eskom, to Megawatt Park? Why don't you march to NERSA? And my answer is simple. When you have a problem, you go to the root cause of the problem and you address it at the root cause of the problem. We don't have an Eskom problem. We don't have a NERSA problem. We've got an ANC problem in South Africa. And that's why we're here. That's why we're not wasting our time at the Union Buildings or Megawatt Park. We're coming right to the source. And we tell those pearl clutchers and the squeamish people You're wondering why we're all here today, Democrats. That you only need to look at this house behind us. That is ground zero of the crisis in South Africa. That is ground zero of the corruption crisis in South Africa. That is ground zero of the cadre deployment problem in South Africa. That is ground zero for the poverty crisis that we have in South Africa. Because it is in that criminal house where the tenders were dished out for Madupi and Kusile. It's where the Hitachi deal was hatched, where the ANC, through Chancellor House, made
the DA. The Luthuli House is not a playground for other political parties that are trying to garner mileage. So they mustn't do this. The country is facing electricity challenges. The ANC today is convening an energy dialogue that the Secretary General of the ANC will be addressing with all other industry experts. We dispatched our ANC Youth League to come and welcome the DA because we felt that they are that size. So the ANC we can't. Officials of the ANC are quite busy doing a number of performing a number of other responsibilities, and we must thank the ANC Youth League. They've been here since early morning, waiting for the guests, but Luthuli House is not going to be receiving any memorandum. So they are wasting their time. We don't have space for that. If they bring their memorandum, reception, it won't even be part of our discussions. We don't have that. The date we had with the DA was for them to come and meet with the Youth League. Again, they wanted to come to the Luthuli House. The Youth League is waiting for them. They were supposed to be at 10 o'clock. We are now becoming impatient. But our members of the Youth League are determined they will wait here and defend the Luthuli House. This is the revolutionary house. It's not a playground of other political parties. So I'm sure the media is here. You can see for yourself. So I'm sure the Youth League spoke to yourselves earlier, unless you have got questions that you want to ask.
Yes, but that the Youth League is here to defend Luthuli House. Are you seriously suggesting that the DA is going to come here with some kind of violent intent? Are you seriously saying that the DA is coming here with some kind of violent intent when you talk about defend?
The DA is provocative. How do you march to a political party to take a memorandum on electricity? Power station, House. There is no power station here. So they are provocative, opportunistic, and effectively grandstanding. So they must stop doing that. It looks like this is a performance measure for DA leaders. My man tried, maybe staying at the conference very soon, is also trying to show some funny courage that doesn't exist. You know, it's provocative. How do you go to the headquarters of a political party? Really? They are coming to the headquarters of the ANC. Have you ever heard us in the ANC saying we're going to march to the DA or to any other political party? They should have listened to other fellow opposition parties who want them against such an action. We don't want things of 2014 to replay themselves. We have asked members of the Youth League to behave and conduct themselves properly. But the DA must not push the ANC in that way. It's not necessary. They make this noise in the media, we keep quiet. They can do it in their press conferences, but not here. It's not a playground here. A little bit serious here. Insult to the ANC is an insult to all democratic institutions in the country. Because they know the seat of government, they know the seat of power. Why are they coming here? Banyagambo, have I seen union building? Have I seen megawatt park? Are they the megawatts? No.
Are you not concerned about the safety of some of the ANC members who are coming?
Well, we're more concerned about the safety of those who are coming here. Yeah, this you can see. I mean, look at how peaceful these comrades are. They even sing for you. They welcomed you here. They are not fighting. They are not. They are here to register their presence as members of the ANC to defend the revolutionary house, Luthuli house.
Okay, so what are they called? Yes, the weapons and the whips that they have are simply shambox. They are simply there for what? For decoration.
Why they carrying Kinokiris and Shambok then?
They are symbolic. You should have asked them.
Our
Parents used to shambok us when we came home late.
So will you be Shamboking the DA?
We are not going to be shamboking anyone. I think you must also be careful not to come across as if you are trying to stop them from coming here. When they took a decision to come, they didn't ask permission from the media. They said they are coming. So the Youth League is here to receive our guests. So, are you still worried about the safety of the DA? No,
No. I think more than anything, as the Youth League, we've always said that we share the frustrations of South Africans insofar as the energy crisis is concerned. That's one. Which is why we've also made proposals as the Youth League in terms of how to resolve the energy crisis. In fact, I think the coordinator would have told you earlier on that we are actually also planning a march to ESCOM where we will be delivering our proposals as young people to end load shedding once and for all. What we are saying is that load shedding.
So the ANC will be marching towards ESCOM and to the Youth League to propose, as you can hear, the submissions to ESCOM as to how, they are not a bunch of engineers, but here they are. They will have solutions that they want to propose to engineers and, of course, to ESCOM. Yo, man, this is the Free Ride Podcast. I'm all the way from Johannesburg, right here outside of Luthuli House. Right behind me is buses full of young people, the young people representing the African National Congress. And they were here too much for defending Luthuli House. So later on, I'm going to take a walk and see if I cannot speak to a couple of them, just to find out how did the day go. And of course, it's about 4:15. I drove around town. Of course, I started in Newtown, drove past to look at the Mary Fitzgerald Square. That's where the Democratic Alliance gathered this morning. And then drove around the town just looking at how, whether there was any vandalism of street traders. And it looked pretty calm. And it looks like there's not much mess that's at Mary Fitzgerald Square. I drove around there just to see how it looks like. So I'm about to speak to a couple of people, man. So let me do this. Boom. All right, man. So who are comrades, who are here to defend the revolutionary house. Grootman, ke malibit?
Ke Vuyan.
Vuyan. From where?
Western, the RSC member of ANC Youth League in Western.
Oh, okay. Abuti kima?
It's a
Sep.
yes.
From Koga.
I'm also from the West End.
Okay. So today you came to defend the African National, Congress, Luthuli House. Knowledge one fella for you.
No, it was not an issue of a feeling.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was an issue of saying it has to be defended, the integrity. Don't forget that house, it has a history on its own, more special to blacks. Yeah. In fact, let me say not to blacks only, but South Africa at large. It's a house that liberated South Africa where it is today. So it can't be a playground. Yeah, it can't be a playground. We understood that other political parties, they have their own frustration as the citizens of this country. Also the citizen of this country. There are many things that are happening within the government that were also not being happy. But here, to come and issue out your frustration, it's a different story. It says you are taking us direct.
Yeah.
If they're having an issue of ESCOM, You have to go to ESCOM offices. In fact, we'll also attend to march with them to the office of ESCOM.
Yeah.
We'll assist them to march. We'll assist them to issue of everything.
Yeah.
But as much as I said to you before that, here it's a house. If I
Yeah.
you understand. So you can't
Yeah.
play to that house. You understand. So it's where we have to defend that integrity of our liberation movement.
So what happened when the DA confronted Batlile ka mo kae? Ka mo Mary Fitzgerald Square?
Yeah, on the other side.
And then so there were barricades?
They were barricaded. Yeah, I think that barricaded it was the issue of saying we must not have another issues. Understand, issues where they were just managing the issue. No, we're not ready to fight. We're not ready to fight.
No,
but
but
I think it was a symbol of showing that this is my house.
it's like somebody breaks into your house, you must come out with something.
You understand? Defending yourself with, hey, Baba, kukwamla. You understand?
You can't come outside.
Yes. You have to say, hey, Baba, this is my house.
Yeah.
So the ANCYL clique, in fact, were defending this house, not for more respect for the history, but was saying in future it must be also respected. Not in our generation that it must be attacked and everything. You understand? We're also teaching the young ones who are still growing up that this is a revolutionary house.
Yeah.
Yeah. More special to the party that liberated this country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So other issues can be taken to government if you have issues later on. So this is the message from yourselves to the DA. If you have issues, go to ESCO, go to NESA.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In fact, as much as I said, personally, I will lead the march that's go to ESCOM.
Okay.
Yeah, with them.
Yeah.
If they will have a march to ESCOM. In fact, the NCU click next week, it has a march that we are going to ESCOM.
Okay.
We are having a march that to ESCOM and issue out our frustration about load shedding and all these things that are affecting our people.
Mariano, the Youth League has been around for many years.
Exactly.
So issue ESCOM, or has it always been a contentious issue on the part, the Youth League? Did you always have a view on how ESCOM should be managed?
Not exactly, but what I can say is that Tina's the ANC Youth League. We have to have a say in terms of liberating whatever that is happening.
Yeah.
We can't be silent about things that are happening.
Yeah.
As much as not is a victim ku issue yellow shading.
Yeah.
So I think that we have to be part of solving the issue. Yeah.
Just a message to young people by Longhore. They are watching, they're listening. What is your message as a young person to young people, especially the issues that young people are facing? Unemployment, drugs, drug abuse, teenage pregnancy. There are so many issues. How do you encourage them?
What I can say is that our young people are lazy sometimes to go and fetch those opportunities. Our government has many opportunities. You understand? What they must do is that they must go and fetch them. The ANC clique, it has opened many doors for young people to participate in the economy, in the extreme of economy of South Africa.
Yeah.
We have many institutions that, if one wants to start his own business, can also use them. We have NYDA, we have GP, HE. You understand? There are many that young people they might participate. But one of the things that what we can say is that Facebooks and all these social networks, they must use it to advance such opportunities, not to derail and insult the ANC that is in government. Sometimes we need also to be assisted as well, women being at the end of the day. It's not led by the ANC, is not led by robots.
Yeah.
It's led by human beings that also do mistakes within the driving course.
Yeah.
But we're saying to them, they must just wake up and smell coffee. There are many opportunities that the ANC League has created in this country.
Thanks for sharing that with me. Abuti, just a quick one from you. Your feeling, if you can come closer, and then your feeling about today. I mean, you came here. Why? Why did you come here?
In fact, my brother, from what my fellow comrade has said, I don't want to change anything because what he has said it's going to be the same thing that I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the issue of ESCOM especially, and checking it from the Democratic Alliance, in fact, from my personal standing, before standing at my political level where I come from, I think the blunder that has been done inside ESCOM, the majority of those who participated into what is happening currently in ESCOM, especially in the power production and the companies that are benefiting in those power production. You see, if you check some of those appointments, they are not done inside Luthuli House. Those appointments are done by the executives, and we check the majority of those executives that are inside the offices of ESCOM, especially in distribution of power, into the same maintenance, are the same who are affiliating in the same Democratic Alliance. Now it becomes a problem. Why are they doing it vice versa?
Yeah.
Because they are the ones that were supposed to sit down and say, hey, who are the ones that have brought blunders inside ESCOM?
Yeah.
Because the mistake is within themselves,
Yeah.
not the ANC. Because the ANC, it's a black movement. It's a movement whereby the majority of black people liberated the struggle.
Yeah.
Now, these ones who came here today, I think they were wrong, and they are wrong. But if they were going to ESCOM, even myself, I will give them full support.
And go level.
And go level and
Yeah.
say, this independent power production, it's killing our country. Because it's something that we must maintain on a daily basis. And whereby nobody is benefiting. In fact, I can tell you the truth. Currently in that office, I don't think there's anybody who you can bring here and say this particular person is benefiting in this power independent power production. It's those one who came here with the blue t-shirts, and it's very wrong. We cannot allow that. It's like when I go to your house and disrespect anybody who is living under your house, say it's a tenant or whoever, but there are laws or there are policies or there are rules there. You see. Then we must take charge. Then if there is no discipline in that particular homestay, then we will see by kids, they will not have discipline. You see my part. Now, hence we are defending our house.
Yeah. It's all about the defending the spirit of the house, the history of the house.
Indeed.
All other matters, deal with them
separately, because I think
where they belong.
Yes, there are different institutions. Like my fellow comrades say, if you've got electrical issues, go to ESCOM.
But
And I think there are also institutions that can deal with electrical matters, from the municipal level to provincial level, if not regional level, until the national level, because there are committees there that are elected inside the same ESCOM. So I don't think there are issues in the ESCOM. Board members are not elected at Luthuli House.
Okay, no, I think I fully understand already. Role alone as the Youth League, obviously as the ANC, is to defend Luthuli House. So now let's talk issues to ESCOM. In your view, where do you think the problem lies?
You know where the problem lies, my brother. It started when the institution was overcharged, and it was overcharged by those who were deployed in government. I will not say names because I'll be tending.
You don't want to implicate yourself.
But now the blunder started when ESCOM was overcharged.
Okay.
You see, there was a company that was presented at a later stage after ESCOM was overcharged. And
is this Hitachi?
No, I don't want to talk names of the companies.
Okay.
But you will understand the piece that I'm referring to.
Okay.
There was a particular time when was an institution or a company, might say Glencoe, who was supplying the state with coal.
Okay.
And if you check the amount of supply of coal of Glencoe and the supply of coal, one was Targeta was giving our country coal. So that is where the blunder came, when the other company was removed from supplying, because the citizens were given a wrong.
What were they supplying?
Coal.
Okay.
Coal. So a cubic of coal, it was very high. But I don't still remember the correct figures.
Yeah.
But the blunder started when the state was overcharged in the coal price.
Not the And what about the maintenance part?
Coming to the maintenance part, remember previously we had the majority of white companies that were removed with the previous administration of the former president. As I was saying to you previously, I didn't want to mention it, but I will try with my whole best to just to minimize. White companies were removed because the same white companies were still overcharging state in terms of maintenance. Now that is whereby certain companies were given a chance to give supply and maintain assets of ESCOM and its distribution of power. Now, the change of politics and the advice from those who have resources are the ones who created the financial paralysis in terms of balancing of funds of ESCOM. Because immediately you overcharge me, I will not be able to correctly administer my fund. I will depend on debt. That is why ESCOM is having issue to maintain. Because previously they were overcharged. And if we can check the previous administration of the ANC, I mean not of the ANC or of ESCOM, under the former CEO of ESCOM, it was bad. But there was a particular CEO who I think resigned.
Yeah.
And then now they are coming here after the blunder of their CEO was done. Regardless of the appointment was done by the president. But because of the good heart of Luthuli, one was given a chance to come and lead ESCOM, but they still brought blunder inside the institution. And so I say, so it's sabotage. Indirectly, they are sabotaging our nation, and they want to put the blame in the leadership of the ANC by coming here in the headquarters. Why don't they go instead to Parliament? Because Parliament is situated near to their bosses, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because marching to Cape Town is something else. Where is their headquarters? It's in Cape Town.
They're in Broome.
They're in Broome.
Yeah.
But Cape Town is where they I think they are comfortable there. They should have went to Parliament and go and strike there.
So,
and say, Minister of Energy, can you do something about ESCOM? Because there is no Minister of Energy inside Luthuli.
Okay, so what do you think needs to be done with regards to ESCOM, just as we wrap it up?
I don't want to speak much about that because I'm not within the discussions that will bring change inside the executive of ESCOM and other lower institutions, or other institutions like City Power that are also working with ESCOM as subcontractors and assets. But I think our voices as young people in the ANC Youth League will be heard by those who will be deployed by our senior comrades who are leading us in the ANC. You see, I think they will speak a better voice inside the ESCOM, and they will bring a better change inside the ESCOM by bringing comrades who are intellectual in terms of that particular engineering of power distribution. So I will not say much, but in the ANC I trust, in my fellow comrades and my fellow leaders I trust. ESCOM will be better and regain its strength.
Hola, Purwaga. Thank you so much for chatting to me, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Hola, hola. What's up, Purwaga?
No, thanks.
Hola, hola. Sure, sure. Thanks. All right, man. I'm standing outside Luthuli House. Kinale Abuti right here. Kima?
Sijagare sama tebele masek ANCYL.
Sijakala.
Sijagare
Sijakari. Mateka.
Masek. Yes.
All right. From Goga Abuti.
ANCYL Zone, ANC Youth League.
Youth League.
Yeah, convener ya ANCYL Zone at ANC Youth League.
Oh, okay, cool. Lifitile na komangiso.
Refitile around 11.
Okay.
As part of reinforcement.
Yeah.
For comrades who have gathered here since early hours of the morning. Even others, they even made night vigil to make sure that the revolutionary house is defended at all costs. We even came as far as ANCYL, because if you can remember, an issue of ANCYL, priority committee.
Okay.
We have an organization ailing very racist. They segregate everyone. They want themselves.
Yeah.
And you know who, when I mean themselves.
Yeah.
People in ANCYL are drinking dirty water. Infrastructure is very poor. The municipality can't even invest anything in ANCYL. You have your Babele industrials. They are not even there. You have your potholes in townships in ANCYL. They are not even there. You can't even find the mayor. Randall Williams, can't even find him. The water treatment plant in Royval, the project has stopped there. There is a project of PPO in ANCYL, old University of Pretoria. The project has stopped. It was supposed to create an employment of 2,300 jobs for kids in ANCYL, young people in ANCYL in particular. Those things are not there. Those are the things they've been promising people since 2016, plus the dirty water they've been giving us. There is a case at Human Rights Commission. They don't want to account to anybody about such things, but yet they can tell the entire world that they are coming to Luthuli House and disrupt the processes of the ANC and day-to-day running of the businesses of the ANC. Whereas they can't even locate the CEO of ESCOM, because they know that person is one of their own. They don't want to be seen marching for against a white person. The CFO is a white person. The CEO is a white person. They don't want to march against the white person. But here, because of Luthuli House is run by a young black man, Comrade Mbalula, they think it's easy. They can have a free roll here in Jozi and block everyone so that they can march to the HQ of the African National Congress. Yeah. We as young people from ANCYL who trust the African National Congress, we say no. Such a thing cannot happen in this country. If ever they need to march, they can go to ESCOM. The rules are there. The only person who knows what is happening, why we have blackouts. And then also they must leave the Minister of Mineral and Energy, because he is not even in charge of ESCOM. They should go to Pravin Gordhan and ask him what is happening in South Africa. And also we would love to appreciate what they've tried to do. But as South Africans, we know this is a free country. They can do it anyway. Maybe in Tshwane, the private residential area of Randall Williams, they can do it. We don't mind. But not in Luthuli House. We are ready for them. You can see comrades have shambox and everything for them. We can meet them halfway.
So,
it depends.
Okay.
It depends. We don't like to beat down a dead snake.
Yeah.
But
there was a massive confrontation at the barrier.
That was not a confrontation. We've been in many confrontations, leadership. If ever we contacted each other, very close range, serious things would have happened. There would have been breaking news in South Africa right now. All the news outlets would have been saying the ANC Youth League has moored the colonizers, the European descendants.
Tell me, what is the view of the ANC Youth League on issues of ESCOM? Where are the problems?
The issue of ESCOM must be resolved with immediate effect.
No, but where are the problems?
The problems, people who are incompetent. Okay. We must agree that there are people who are incompetent in ESCOM. In the board, people who are working for ESCOM, even people who have been deployed to ESCOM. If ever they take the people of South Africa serious, particularly young people, black young people who have spaza shops, SMMEs, and other businesses, those businesses run by electricity. They depend on ESCOM. They must take those people serious.
But it's been a problem here the last 15 years.
It has been a problem of the last 15 years. Who has been benefiting at ESCOM? Same people in the DA.
Okay, but who deploys people in government?
The person who deploys people in government is the person who trusts the people of South Africa. The ANC doesn't choose. It deploys.
Is it not the Akona Deployment Committee?
The deployment committee, yes, it is.
So at one stage, didn't the president chair the deployment committee?
He did.
So is the challenge maybe not fair, or actually the deployment comes from the ANC?
The challenge for them, not for us, the challenge for them as an organization comes when they don't know where to march. They don't know where to march. They must either go to the president's office at union buildings or go to ESCOM. Particularly, they know the people they should be marching for. Not the ANC, not the SG of the ANC, not the membership of the ANC, not the ANC Youth League, not anywhere near Luthuli House. We don't want any organization coming here to claim. We deal very well with chancers.
Okay, no, I can understand that. So just from the Youth League point of view, do you support the usage of coal, or do you support independent power producers to provide us kamotagas?
South Africa is a country rich with mineral resources. We should not be shy away from using coal. Coal is our resource. It was left here by our forefathers. Even if they are trying to steal it and take it to Europe, we know we are seeing everything on social media, on news outlets. But bigger news outlets, they don't provide the community members and South Africans with such information that there is coal and the coal is working, and ESCOM can work well with coal and other additional energy supplies. They should focus on other energy supplies, but the coal must remain. They must leave the Minister of Mineral and Energy to deal with his own things, particularly regarding coal. People are working at coal mines. People do businesses with coal. They must leave it alone. We should use it. Our grandchildren should use that coal. It belongs to us.
America refilled 80 billion. Not so long ago, the American president told us that we must move away from coal production. And the president speaks about using the IPPs. And then the Minister of Minerals supports coal. So is there like a clear point, Yaore, where the ANC stands with regards to issues to energy?
The ANC does not contradict each other, my man.
Okay.
The ANC understand that this country is diverse and it is full of diverse people who are looking for many opportunities. People of South Africa must make sure that they capitalize on renewable energies. And also the government must make sure that people of South Africa, they capitalize also on coal. The people who are coming here to buy coal in South Africa, they must buy it from indigenous people from South Africa. And originally, companies of young people of South Africa and businesses in South Africa, so that business can make money, there can be jobs regarding to such extended measure of renewable energies. We're not shy from coal, my man. We believe if ever that concept of renewable energies can work, it can be implemented here in South Africa, but not by subtracting other means of making energy or any other means of making electricity to be in townships. Because remember, in townships we are suffering. There is load shedding every day. We depend on buying things which are supposed to be frozen, and then currently as we speak, there is no electricity. But our comrades, mainly the leadership, must make sure that they fix this issue. They have solutions. They've given everyone an opportunity to be part of those solutions. Those who are involved in such businesses must make sure that they rescue this country. They rescue the government. They also rescue business people in South Africa by providing clear solutions for this country, not for the ANC, not for the DA or white people or black people, for this country. They must make sure. I believe that is the only way, because South Africans must work well, but South Africans must work well under the leadership of the ANC. The leadership of the ANC, it is the leadership that works well with a lot of young people in South Africa, a lot of racists in South Africa, a lot of internationals, multi-internationals in South Africa. We believe like there will be a solution if ever they put the foot down. But also, there must never be any person who should contradict the issue we are having right now. If ever there is somebody who needs to march, that person must march peacefully to ESCOM. Yeah. There are people who are waiting there. They have experience in making sure that South Africans receives regular power supply.
No, Abut, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate. Thank you for the conversation, bro.
Thank you.
Sure. Shaburing out here.
Sharp, I'm good.
Hola, kwena mali bitso.
My name is Tolhana Shilenge. Tolhana from Tshwane region. Okay. Yes, a COSAS member here in Tshwane.
Okay. And then when program?
My name is Goodman Mahlangu from Tshwane.
Huh?
Goodman Mahlangu from Tshwane.
Goodman Mahlangu.
Yeah, in COSAS.
So why are you guys here today?
We are here to disband and support the ANC Youth League. As our part of body of the ANC Youth League that is coming from COSAS. So we're here to support the ANC Youth League, so that the DA must know that Luthuli House is not a playground. So we are here to demand and disband the Luthuli House.
Okay. When program?
Yeah, same the way he said. We are here to in Luthuli House to tell DA that this Luthuli House is not a playground. They can't come here with their racial mindset, come here and do whatever they want.
Yeah. Where must the DA go if they don't come to the ANC?
Don't they have surely they have their own offices. They must go there.
Yeah.
To their office. They can't come here and do whatever they want to do.
No, Maribari, they are here because the ANC is the one that deploys in government.
No, on that issue, the deployees of the government, they mustn't come to the ANC office. Yeah. They must go to their municipality office so that they can resolve whatever issues that they are having. As much as the ANC is going to their own office, so that they can resolve whatever issues that they are having.
Yeah. So, okay, message for young people, as young people, what would you like to say to the they're unemployed, what is your message to them as COSAS?
No, our message is that there's a hope. Not everything is tea, and not everything will come on a silver platter. They must go there and find spaces. They must apply to an institution that can afford to accommodate young people, that can recruit young people, that they must know that there's COSAS, there's ANC Youth League, there's SASCO, and other organizations that might help them to have hope for the future.
Yeah. When I message you to young people, Altiara?
The message to young people is that I would like to tell young people that they must stop voting for the DA. Take an example. In Tshwane Day, we are having a problem because they voted for DA. Now there are no jobs. Then there's nothing coming to black townships. So they must stop voting for the racial political party and vote for the ANC and come and join COSAS to those who are in schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to encourage those who are in high school so that they can come and join COSAS.
Yeah. What is the benefit of joining COSAS?
The benefit of joining COSAS is that we have political lectures, political schools. We go there and we are being taught on how to lead. There are so many benefits because even at high schools, learners are not being manipulated.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Ke a leboha bafethu, ne? Sure, sure. Hola.